Hey guys, how's it going? This morning I'm just gonna bag up some young flower horns and I'm gonna go do a swap with someone. While we're on the subject, I just want to talk about a little bit. I've had a couple of people criticising me for breeding flower horns, or attempting to anyway. I know I've got a dead strong stance against hybrid Africans, but to me, flower horns, it's not detrimental on the hobby because they're so recognised. If I thought I was doing something that I could see would be detrimental to the hobby, I wouldn't touch it. And with the flower horns, I'm only buying the best around. Like, most of my flower horns are from a guy named Brett Batten, who is known to be one of, if not the best current flower horn breeder in Australia. I'm not mucking around with them. I'm not starting with low quality. I'm trying to do, if I'm going to do it, I want to do the best quality I can, and I don't want to be selling like a half cross red devil Calder flower horn sort of thing. And I'm actually really enjoying it. Like, just the selection process when you got like 50 babies there and you pick out 5 of the best ones. Like, I find it interesting, and I'm really interested by genetics and stuff and throwbacks. It's a huge learning curve for me, and with horns, the genetic throwbacks or learning about genetics, that could actually help me in the long run with line breeding my African cichlids. So I'm not sure if it will help me in the long run, but we'll see. And that's all I'm really going to say about that too. I'm not going to keep defending myself. I do flower horns because I'm enjoying it. And no, I do not like African hybrids. There is a few that are in the hobby that are being bred for many years, like OB peacocks and stuff, but the hybrids I'm referring to is like first generation, toothfish crossed. Somebody's trying to sell them for $5 each as one fish, and then they get sold on. That person breeds those fish and labels them with the incorrect name. That is what really bothers me. Okay guys, so I've caught 5 fish. I'm not really sure how many we're swapping yet. I'm swapping them for Thai silks, which I'm going to breed with this guy. No very good example, he hasn't got a light on. But there's not many Thai silks around in Australia at the moment, so I'm going to try to breed some. One of life's major problems, multiple bucket carrying in one hand. If you got a solution, let me know, because this is getting even worse now. Oi, outside! Get out! This is getting even worse now. Now, I've got to carry a camera as well. So, locking doors is getting harder. Man, 2.5 hour round trip just to get a couple of fish. How far have you guys driven for fish? I think the furthest I've driven is to Bunbury to go see Brett. That's 5 hour, oh no, not 5 hours. 3.5 hour round trip. But it turns into 5 hours because it's not like I just go there and get the fish. Have a couple of beers, have a chat, and then the missus gets angry and then it's time to leave. Alright, see you when you get there. When we get there. Man, I used to come full driving all around here. I really feel like I am going to the end of the universe. South Broome, really, isn't it? Okay guys, we're here. I'm just gonna go have a chat to him. I'm not gonna film in his house. I'm not even gonna ask. I think it's really rude to even ask to film at a random's house. So I'll see you when I get out. So we're home now. So these are what we've picked up. Thai silk flower horns. So the smaller one, I'm hoping is a girl. I'll get a bit of feed into her. She looks a little bit underweight, but it's going to be hard to see in the camera. I'm pretty sure that's a girl, so that's what we want. So the plan is, they've lost all their colour now, but they've got quite good colour. And so the plan is, get rid of this bucket so there's no glare. The plan is that this boy will breed with one of them girls to create that shape with that blue. I might try attach a photo in here, like right there, and we'll see. I've never done it before, but I'll try to show you what I'm trying to create. These are a really bad example of the colour at the moment because they're fully stressed out. Cold weather here at the moment. That water's probably only like 18 degrees. Get some temp into them, get some good food into them, and we'll see what they look like. So guys, 12 o'clock Sunday is my check water change system day. Because I run it during the day. I don't really remember why. Oh, so that water's cold. So it's pumping in cold water. All the tanks drop 1 to 2 degrees. So I've got it on at midday because that is peak time when my solar is working. So then in turn, when this heater cranks up in the middle of the day, we're drawing the solar, less power. When I first set it up, I had it running at like, gotta change this. So I don't have a manual override for my lights, so when I want to turn the lights off, I wind the time down. That's a one-day thing. So I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so when I first set it up, see the water coming in there, I had this running at 6 PM for months, and I was just checking it out. And so even now, I still, what I've got, that drains at 6 PM and it hits about halfway, and then it stays half empty until 6 PM. So I get home,
I come and feed my fish, and at that time of day I can see how much water is dumped out of them. I'll actually do a full video on the water change system one day, but today is not that day. Now, I was going to end the video here actually, but I've changed my mind. I need to get confident in public vlogging, so I'm going for a food shop with the missus, and I'm going to do a bit of vlogging in the shopping centre. Why not? Bit of fun, hey? Alright guys, so I'm at Coles and I was like, what the hell could I vlog at Coles? And then I thought, let's look through Coles and find products that are going to be useful for fish tanks, because there's plenty of that around here. Okay, so product number 1. Washing baskets, $5 each. Put a bit of styrofoam around the edges. You've got yourself a holding basket in a big 8-foot or whatever for your American cichlids. I guess if you're desperate, but I wouldn't use any of this. And then right next to that, oil heater, 5-fin. If you've got a fish room, these are much better than tank heaters. I used to run one on a reptile thermostat and it was just way more stable than a tank heater. So, plastic coat hangers, $4.50. Let's see if we can get one out. So, what I do with these, I cut that straight bar out of them, and I actually use that plastic to stiffen up sponge. So I thread it into the sponge, and it makes the sponge like a rigid tank divider. To help keep all your fish room dry. Buy it at your local Coles. Alright guys, Windex wipes. Not the bottle. Bottles are shit. The wipes. They're expensive, but they are worth their weight in gold. Alright guys, this has to be one of my favourite sections. The container sections. Look at all the possibilities. DIY filters, fry savers. Food containers? What else? Alright, I'm out of ideas, but they're still good. Containers, can't go wrong. Aux cable, can't use that for your fish, but you can still use it for dirty beats in the fish room on your boombox. As frozen fish section, basically anything in that fridge that's raw. I don't feed any cooked meat. I feed bassa fillet. I know it's probably a bad idea because it's bred in shit water in Asia, but yeah, it's expensive to feed stingrays, and I've never had a drama with feeding them bassa. If vlogging in Coles like this doesn't improve my public vlogging, I don't know what's going to. I'm gonna leave the video there guys. If you liked it, hit like. If you want to subscribe, hit subscribe. We're about to hit 100. My goal is to hit 1,000, and 100 is a huge milestone towards that, I think. So if you can help out in that way, get onto it.